whenever you want to do something and you are asking yourself, oh my God, what would people think about me if I do this? It is because you don't have clear what your values are. And that's the point where you want to go. Because if you don't know what your values are, then you are going to be always looking for the regard of the people, and you're always going to try to like imagine and understand what they are thinking about you. And first, that's impossible because you can't be, in people's mind. And second of all, it doesn't really matter to you. It does not have to matter to you, but if it matters to you, it's because you don't have clear your values. So let me explain this, because I know you may be thinking, oh, well, values, yeah, that's so simple. That's like so basic. I know my values. But I want to create like a very big difference between what you like instead of what you like love, and you how can I say that, like you really know the worth of it. Because it's not the same like, oh, I like green, I like the color green, or I like to eat potatoes instead of rice. It's not the same that of instead of saying, well, I do actually value God instead of this and this, or I do actually value like waiting till marriage instead of being with someone and have sex with him, before marriage. That's not something that you are kind of, oh, well, I like this. No, it's something that you know that you are like, you stand for it, and that you will even die for it, because it's your like white or white or black thing, right? So it's very different, something that you like to something that you really value, and you know the worth of it. And the worth of it is not what someone tells you that, oh yeah, that's worth it. No, it's what really matters to you, and that you know that it's worth to you. And so that brings me to the next part, which is like, okay, you gotta be clear on what your values are. And this is like all the series about. We're gonna work on your values, because that's something you get to work on. It's not like, oh, well, I'm gonna like watch a video and then like see what's the value of Ariana Grande, or no. It's not something you pick up from people. It's something that you really get to work on you and ask yourself really tough questions, and like, okay, like this is true for me. If it's true for me, then okay, this is like my everything. So I want to tell you a story, because that's the reason why this video came. So I was walking on the streets, and I was just like going to my work, and I saw like there was a thing that I don't know the name in English, but the name in Spanish is like colador. And I thought it was good. Like, it's something that you normally use to filter the juice. So the seeds, they stay here, and so you can get like the water, and so yeah, so you kind of separate the seeds from the water. And so I saw that on, like on the street, and I thought, oh my God, it's I don't know why they throw it away, because it's good. It can work. And right now I'm like traveling, I'm not home, so I kind of I'm in this apartment, and it's not really, like, oh, well, I have a lot of things, right? So I was like, oh, maybe I could, just pick it up and use it. And I thought that was like my first thought. And then I was like, well, like picking something up, from the street is, well, maybe not that clean. So I continue walking, and I felt immediately, like this on my belly. It was like, it is okay to pick it up. And I felt really, I was like, really, God, like, do you really want me to go and pick it up? I was like, trying to ignore that, but I just felt it, like, yes, you need to go and pick that up. I went, I walked like back to pick it up, and then there were like 3 or 4 cars, waiting there because it was the red light in that moment. And I was like, like with my phone, like faking. I was calling to someone, and like I waited like 1 minute and a half maybe. So the red light, become like green light, and the cars like they leave. So I could pick that up. The moment I did that, it was like immediately God told me, I didn't, bring you here just to pick this up. Like you could easily buy that. I brought you here because I wanted you to see how much time you lost waiting for the cars to go so you could do what you wanted in the first place to do. And I was like, oh my God, you got me. You freaking got me. And the next, thing that he told me was like, I don't have time. I can't wait to you. Every time I command you to do something and that you wait till, the cars go, or that you wait till your mom tells you yes, or that you wait till whatever. I don't have that time. And I commanded you to do something and you waited. So that's actually, like desobediencia. Like you didn't obey immediately. And that's, I don't know what's the name in English, but like disobediencia, disobeyed. Well, you got me, guys. And that's the same, and I was like, oh God, yes, you're right. And then it was like, imagine Jesus waiting for the for the people that were against him, to shut up. Imagine Jesus doing that. Like he would never talk about me, and he would never do what he did because he was just waiting for the people, to shut up and, to be nice to him so he can, finally go and preach, And I was like, yeah, God, you're right. You're so freaking right. Jesus never did that. He didn't wait, for the people to like him, because, like that's impossible. He would have never, have the like from every person. And right now, with the social media, maybe he would have like 100 likes and 100 dislikes, right? So I was like so faced, to the reality. And then, the third thing that he told me, it was this. It was like, the reason why you waited so much is because you don't have clear what your values are. And, in that moment I realized, yes, that's true. Because then he told me, if you would have, the value of, okay, if I see something and it's working, I pick it up. I don't mind. I will do whatever it needs to be done to maybe, arrange it if it's necessary. But that's a value to me. If you would have known that, then you would have picked it up and, no matter about what people think about you. But because you didn't have your value, like clear, to you, then you were like doubting and, waiting and, oh, well, what would this person think of me? So, like the thing in that moment that I realized, it was like, yeah, I'm a handy person. Actually, I do like to work, with things that are broken and, to make them work again. So I do value to restore things. And if I do value to restore things, then I can pick the things, from the street or from whatever that are not totally, like okay, and I can fix them. And that's okay to me because I value that. If a person did not value that and she or he wants to buy and like every week something different, it's okay. I'm not that person. At least in this case, in this scenario, I'm not that person. So it is important for you to know your values. So I wanna just like kind of finish this video by saying to you what actually God told me, which is, next time you wanna do something and you're wondering what this person is gonna think about me, like next time you find yourself like trying to be in the mind of someone else. You're gonna bring yourself back to you and to your values, and you're gonna make yourself just this one and only question. What do I value the most? Do I value this, or do I value the regard of the people, or the regard of this person? If you did like the right thing, which is knowing your value, then you're gonna pick the first, because you're gonna know what you value the most, what is worth to you. So I really want you to do this whole week, that kind of exercise. Like whenever you are like feeling, oh well, what is this person thinking about me? Is she or he gonna be okay if I do this, if I don't do that? And if you shut that fuck up, all the thinking, and you go and ask yourself, what do I value the most? This or the regard of the people? So I just want to let you with that prompt for the rest of the week. And I want to tell you that after that experience, I realized my number one value that I got to really have clear on me and work till, it is ingrained in my veins. It is obeying God. Obeying God. Because there are so many times where God tells me do this and this and this and that. And I'm like, oh, well, this person, I don't know. No, babe. Okay. What God tells me to do. Obeying God. Because from that point on, like everything becomes a little bit simple. Simple? So yeah, simple. Okay? So that's my number one first value that I'm, like working on. And we're gonna like bring different values during this whole series that I don't know how much time is gonna take to finish, because this is actually the first time that I'm recording a video in English. But I felt, like the downloads that I got from God are always, in this language. So it's so difficult for me to, like change it to Spanish. I think it's gonna, be a mess. So that's why I decided to upload this video in English. And I think the whole series about values and the principles of feminine energy, on God, are going to be in English. Okay. So I obeyed God and I recorded this video. I did this. I was nervous because it's not my mother tongue, but I'm here, I'm showing up. So let me know what your number one first value is, so we can, work this together. And I hope you like this video. If it is like that, thumbs up and share with someone that might help her, because I want us to be like so much happy and, confident in ourselves, and do not lose time in our lives, because, oh my God, tell me if not, our feminine energy is so drained when we think about what other people think about us. Okay. So I just want you to get rid of it, and that you fully can incarnate your feminine energy from being you and not wondering about what people think about you. So now make that prompt, work on that prompt this week, and see you next week for the next value that we are going to work on. Bye bye.